Anyway, so yes, Ledger's kidnappers. We fought them, and we were dealing with that trash. Uh, One day you will be kidnapped, Behar. I promise. It's on my goal list. So we fought his kidnappers, managing to kill the flesh golem. That was our main guy's assistant, and now it's just kind of the group of you on one guy. And that's kind of where we left it off in the middle of combat. We ended with
Me.
I think you dispelled what's his face's double, and we kind of ended on there.
Yeah.
Someone did.
I took Jeremy out, and then the session
Yep.
ended.
I didn't move us forward, so yeah, we ended at the end of the round. That's how I always end. So
Yeah.
it is the top of the round. Ledger, it is your turn. We all basically remember where we were. It was a fight.
Yeah.
Kill.
Wormlight dealt the finishing blow on
Jeremy.
Flesh Golem.
Jeremy's so scary, bro.
No, I think you're on the list
He is. Should be.
because we've been fighting with you.
Yep,
Yeah, you're
you're on
number
the list.
7.
It's been a while.
It's all
It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
no, it's all good. It's all good. All right, top of the round. Ledger, what do we do?
I think I still have Witch Bolt on him, right?
I do not believe you've done anything since to be able to break it.
Yeah.
So I do believe you still have it. I'm looking back through the check. Go ahead and let's say you do.
Yes, I think because I rolled the net 20 on it. Or no, I didn't.
Anyway, so yeah, you.
No, yeah, I did.
Yep. So let's say you still got Witch Bolt because I'm still not seeing anything that would. Yep, you still got Witch Bolt. So okay, go ahead.
Yep. So I'll just I'll do that again. Since it's already on there, I don't really need to roll to hit. I just need the damage. So
7.
do another 7 damage,
Okay.
and then just kind of stay there.
I don't know if anyone else is hearing it, but yeah, you're breaking up.
I was
It
right.
sounded fine to me.
I mean, maybe it's already there. Let's hope not. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright,
So, is there anything else you can do this turn, Ledger?
I'm gonna just stay where I am to maintain advantage.
Okay.
On, or flanking on him for Behar. So, not really anything else I can do at the moment.
Okay. All right. So it is now Arporia's turn. What does she do?
Is she still feared, or was that broke? No, that was broken. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's broken. So she's off in the distance with Adeline being comforted out of her fear. So, but that has broken. You can return back to battle with her. So it's just the one dude now. So what does?
Oh, you weren't here.
That's okay.
Yeah, she wasn't here last week. You were playing her character.
I totally forgot about that. Yeah, you and.
I even
Major
forgot
wasn't
about
here
that.
last week either.
Yep.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that. You're out of full 20. There you are. Okay. Now, there you guys are.
Yeah, you guys are in the fog.
Fog of war.
I'll bring you guys out. Just
They're like
enough
here-ish.
to let you know. There you go. See him now? Yeah, my bad. My bad.
Oh my god.
Read that in my notes and completely forgot about it. No, second, but yes.
Who's first?
Legend. The one who just had a turn.
I'm bad.
Alright, so what does Arborea do? And you're not in Discord anymore.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, what does the fox say?
Okay, I'm sorry I said anything.
Concept.
I know, what a shocking one. Alright, so what does your giant tiger do? Speak to me.
It's chilling. It doesn't good right now.
She's gonna hold her turn, because your turn's next. So what do you do? She feels fine now. The fear is over. She's not afraid anymore.
I need a moment to my own theory. Yes, I'm gonna flip.
Okay,
That's
so
right.
we're gonna hold your guys' turns until after you get your stuff together. So Vehar, we're gonna jump to you. We'll let them deal with what they're dealing with.
Oh, well, then I'm not going to be able to provide much of a delay since it's the fourth verse, same as the first. Let's stab with the spear.
Okay, sorry about that.
He's just grumpy because he's had a hard time stabbing a witchy person.
Oh dear. Hold on. Oh, because I clicked the item, not the attack. So
I do that all the time.
Well, that hits.
Alright, 5
Favor-
piercing, and then for my bonus action, I'm going to go in with unarmed. I think that misses.
That does miss.
Advantage, flanking.
Oh, yeah.
No, it still misses.
20?
Yeah, it still
It-
misses. The 18 hits, 20 doesn't.
I'm not in the mood for sarcasm, my dear man.
Oh, fine. You're just killing me, man. Just kill me. I mean me, literally, not the character. Alright, so that's 12 damage. You got anything else up those sleeves, bird boy?
Unfortunately, all I got is movement now. I get an opportunity attack.
Alright, well, I'll add my measly 12 damage. No, I'm kidding. This guy's not enjoying this at all. It hurts. Alright. Kirote.
What do I have left spell? Oh, I used both my level. Okay.
What do you have spell-wise? What do you have?
Hit it with
He
your.
has cantrips, probably.
I have level 1s. So if I... No, don't ping. I'm gonna... He doesn't really scare me as much. If I go here... And then I use essentially... No, not that. Where's the ruler? The ruler disappear?
It's a weird ruler now. It's the circle thing. I think.
Okay. No, I see this
Oh.
weird snap to center, no
Yeah.
snapping, should go to others.
Yes.
So anyone who doesn't know, apparently Roll20 updated. I just now noticed that myself.
Snap to center gives you what we had before.
Yeah.
Snap to center sounds like my sounds like my murder trial.
Like
Yeah.
you want snap to
Oh, I
corner,
get it.
I guess, if you want to decide like cone
Oh no, I get it.
attacks.
I'm just
Yeah.
looking at a range thing here, because I'm gonna do a 15-foot cone.
Ooh. That's what they need to add. Is something that does cones. Like, can I have a cone?
Yes.
measure?
How does,
the
a
love of
how does a
God.
15-foot cone work here?
So you are the tip of the cone, and then out from you in a 15-foot radius.
That's so
I need to be
weird.
right here then.
So at maximum distance, at the base of it, basically it'd be 15 feet across, which means that'd probably be
It's the way cones work is it's the square in front of you, and then the next like tier.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, it would go 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4.
It's 1, 3, 5.
Okay,
I'm just
this is
thinking
where.
numbers.
Oh my.
Yeah.
If I face the cone this way, it'll only hit this direction here, right?
It'll hit Vehar, the dude, and Zereth.
Okay, hold on. There are way too many rulers on the screen. Just the. But we're gonna do this. Whoever's turn it is can do the ruler and the GM for now. So we'll stick with those so that I don't get.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. It'll be. Yeah. It's gonna hit basically all 3 of them right there.
That's fine because I've got the evocation school to evocate both Major and Vehar out.
Yes, you do. That is a trick you have.
That is the thing I can use the spells level +1 to evocate that many people out. Spell level 1, so that's 2 people, and then it would just hit the dude.
Awesome.
Yeah, I understand.
Roll it.
So
So
go ahead.
he needs to make a dex save.
A dex save, you say? I don't know why. I don't know why he made that voice. It's not his voice, but. Oh,
Nailed it.
Massive fail.
Nailed it.
I'm not rolling well
13
tonight.
fire damage.
Woo!
And that is my.
He's hurting.
Okay.
Okay.
The question. What is this?
Uh-huh.
Water.
So I can step in that without anything bad happening.
Yeah.
Well, you'd fall into a big lake of water.
You don't know how deep it
mean,
is.
It's deep, okay. Because like
Yeah,
I was gonna stand like right here if
Yeah,
that
you'd-
wasn't like.
Yeah, you'd
the
fall
better-
right into the lake.
Well, there could be a shoreline, and it gradually goes
well-
to a deep.
Hold on. To be fair, roll 20 does not give me the option to have to fill. So when I create a circle, I can't just fill that circle. So I
You
have to
can't,
draw,
but-
and it is extremely I don't know how to do it. If you can't do it, I apologize. Then
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why we got weird things like this up here.
Ask me again, and I can tell you later.
I'll ask you later. Two,
Weird things up here.
yeah, that's why you have weird things up there. Yeah, two, I'm not an artist, and I apologize for that.
No, no
Three.
worries.
You're fine, dude.
We have not investigated the water, and as such, I am not giving that away off the top. So if you want to do it, you can find out.
So could I step here without going in the water?
Yes, you would be just, you would have no room to go left.
That's fine.
He just push you over.
I'm going to then step over here. So I'm still within his range, so he
Yes.
can't like slap me with his stick. Or whatever he has, because I don't remember. And then I'm just gonna bonus action throw a branding smite on him. Ignore that damage, I'll roll it if I hit. Yeah, that hits.
Wow, you
So
actually hit
that's
something.
13 plus the plus another 10 radiant, and then he is branded, so he sheds light and can't become invisible.
Okay.
What is that?
Easy enough.
So yeah,
All right.
great.
Someone-
my turn, because I
Yes.
only have one action right now.
Yeah, someone's watching TV in the background.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. All right.
His turn.
I've not been clicking buttons. I apologize. Oh, it's my turn.
Yay!
And he's still standing.
I
He is still
know.
standing, isn't it fun?
It's not
You guys love
okay.
my characters, right?
Yes. You have to make him 10 times higher than all of us.
I mean,
But that's our
he's
fault.
not. He's not doing great. He's still standing. All right. All right.
Watch him
Right,
kamikaze
get back
this
into
bitch. Kamikaze this bitch.
So as you guys kind of just circle up and gangbang, Nilog here, he's kind of doing his best to try blocking what he can, but really at this point he just can't turn around fast enough anymore. He's worn, he's getting tired. Things are not looking good. He's breathing heavy. He's burned. There's a crackling bolt of lightning stuck to his throat. He's got he's shining light all over the place. He's on fire and in pain, and he's just not doing well to say the least, right?
Yep.
So
No.
okay, so he's looking around at you guys, and he's kind of looking like a trapped animal. He's freaking out because he does not want to die here. You guys got to realize who he is and where he's coming from. He is like his brain is twirling. He is thinking of a million different ways out of this, and then suddenly you see the tentacle stop writhing and freaking out for a moment, and he straightens. And he plants his staff in the ground, and he twists it, and he takes a moment, and while looking at the three of you, he holds up his hands, Please, a moment, if you will. Before I die, let me pray.
Oh no.
No, no.
Would you deny a man of God his last words? And he kind of looks at you, Zareth.
Your deities are evil.
And mine would say the same of yours, but I would still give you your last rites, as any religious man should. I make a promise, if you allow this. No spells, no tricks, simply a prayer.
Do I believe him?
I think an insight check would be.
I'll insight check this.
Please, incite me.
He's being truthful. Come on. I believe you!
No, you believe him. I think.
At this point, the religious sanctity of you is fighting with your distrust. You distrust him because you believe you believe he's lying to you because you don't trust him because he's your enemy. But at the same time, the religious part of you is going, the right thing to do would be to give him his prayers. Because you know how that is. It's very important that if they don't have a prayer set over them or before they die or after they die, that in a specific type of prayer that they may not be able to enter their God's kingdom or their God's sanctity.
I don't think in the situation. Well, yes, I have this conflict. I think it would be, and I'm just trying to workshop with you what's in my head, and you can tell me yes or no. But I think in this situation, I'm pretty sure he worships an evil deity. I don't necessarily want him to get there. I can give him his rights after he's done. And then he can go face eternal damnation when my lady damns him in the afterlife. Is what I'm thinking right now.
So again, it's your character. You can play it however you like. You can do whatever you like. So this isn't something you need to ask my permission. Do what you like. It's your character. And I want to make that clear for everybody in these situations. I'm purely just playing an NPC the way I feel the NPC should be played. If this is your opinion on how you should play your character, then I feel you should do it. If you want my opinion on what you're thinking, I would say to you, you know what? I would advise you to say those things to the character and see what their response would be. And I think you would get that answer there. But short of that, it's up to you to do whatever you'd like to do, guys. It's all of your choice. He's at this point unarmed, hands in the air, just asking for a moment of prayer. And he's just kind of looking around at the group of you.
I'm gonna say to him, don't trust you. I understand what you're saying, but I can give you rights when you're dead. So explain to me why I should let you pray.
And he looks at you, and his eyebrows raise. And he goes, but by all means, if you speak deep speech and know the rights of men's Nakorian, then by all means I will submit myself, and we shall continue this fight to the end, and you may say your rights over me at that point. But if you would use the rights of some other deity, then you would curse me to an eternity of hell. And you essentially are saying that though my religion is different than yours, and you agree not that it is not worth my rights and everything that I've sacrificed my life for, and that you would just take those things from me in a moment.
Could I make a religion check to see if I somehow have some knowledge of his deity?
Sure, you can make your religion check. All for it.
I don't.
Does anyone else have an opinion on this?
I say
He is
shoot.
kind of openly talking right now. Okay. So with an 18, you do recognize Manzakorian as a god of knowledge that is typically worshipped by Illithids and their kin. That in a second. So yeah, Manzakorian is that values knowledge and intelligence above all else. Their followers are tasked with finding knowledge and ancient lore and secrets wherever and however they can, and that's how they've gained favor with her. So, being illithids and surviving off mines, they take some different, unique paths to worship their god. But you do recognize the god, and you do know the god does not directly encourage things. It does not encourage raising of the dead or violation of the sanctity of life. Purely just the pursuit of knowledge at all cost.
And yet he was trying to rip out my brain,
Yeah.
Hey, knowledge at all costs.
but violating the sanctity of right or
That's
life.
how the flesh golem though, which is kind of it's kind of weird to it's a construct, but also kind of
It's a construct made out of the remains of humans, which
yeah.
illithids survive off brains, so they would have a lot of corpses left around. So it's basically like using the whole hog.
Yeah.
If the hog could then become your dog.
Also it's kind of like a scarecrow, where it's like a construct, and it's also kind of an undead.
Well, essentially, it's a Jeepers Creepers. But yeah. So while you're thinking of that, roll down to Vehar's line, and you see him twitch over at you, and his tentacles twitch, and he goes to reach for his staff, but stops, raises his head up, and looks back at you and goes, "Peace, brother. No harm. Simply a rite of death, if you will. I have no problem fighting you to our deaths. Just let me say a word."
Behar kind of toughens his stance a bit, and kind of, even though he can't really express much with his beak, he kind of pulls back the top joint to make it look like he's snarling, kind of in disgust, and he just spits out, "Eat or be eaten," and then he just jazzes his spear.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I mean, that's honestly what's going through Sarah's head right now, Prime. It's like, I don't want to let this guy live.
Well, as you say that, Wormlock, Vehar just kind of goes for the stab, and he goes ahead and stabs him, and still unarmed, still not taking his weapon, you see him just kind of fall to his knee, one knee on the ground, one foot, one trying to stand back up, hands on his side, hands on his knees as he tries to stand back up, tentacles just kind of writhing in pain, blood, this greenish blood started dripping out of his sides, and you start to notice that he is drenched in this kind of greenish substance, and you realize the kind of damage you guys have done. And as he starts to stand back up, his head just kind of starts to loll back and forth, and just he just
Bonus
throws
action unarmed.
Whoa, no, enough.
Oh, I missed anyway.
You do. So as you go to strike forward, thinking this is the end, you're not going to let this guy cast whatever spell he's about to do. You go for the finishing strike on his head, and just at that moment, back, and your fist flies past him, and now you're just on you're right next to him, like you're a middle schooler at a middle schooler at a high school dance, and you don't know what to do now. You're and his face in the air, all you hear, in just perfect common, is, "Mens Nicorian, grant me this wisdom, the knowledge of death and life after." And then again that misses too. And then he leans forward again, and as he does, you see Zereth just break down, and just seeing the guy lean forward and Behar is there, he immediately Zereth immediately tries to pull back and half stop the attack, and ends up missing. And as he just kind of leans down, you hear this rumble from his throat.
Damn it!
Alright.
Okay, this is great. I'm loving this.
Let me get
Okay.
on this then.
He leans forward, and you guys hear this. And he kind of leans back, and as he does, he leans right into Ledger's sword.
Oh,
Roll damage. Or not needed.
No, it doesn't matter. You can't 0 damage, and he's only at 1 hit point.
Oh, I was one off.
Yeah, this is why.
3 of you missed on 1 hit point.
I nat won that bitch. Damn it.
It was beautiful.
Because as rough as things were going, and even though my character is chaotic neutral, it's not really a great thing to see 4 people stabbing at an unarmed person who's not even fighting back, just asking to speak a few words.
Yes, but you see, the thing is, Ledger doesn't care, and he woke up to him trying to eat his brains.
Wormlock's
If
over
you give a
here.
Predator any chance to escape that corner, he's gonna take it.
Chip.
Yeah.
So, hold on 1 second before you guys get into your moral quandary argument. The general, what you guys hear is this final prayer, and Ledger, correct me if I'm wrong, you recognize languages when you hear them, correct? Or is it only when you read them?
I know the name of the language.
So, you recognize that he was just speaking in deep speech. Does anyone have anything that allows them to understand the language that they hear? Just casually? I don't think so.
I would have to activate I'd have to
So
pump
no.
my spell comprehend languages.
That's fine. I didn't think so. So okay. So you recognize that he was speaking deep speech, but nobody knows what he was saying. As he finishes this, as he finishes saying what he was saying, and he throws his head back in his arm, like that stance of ecstasy that you see in people who are extremely religious. And he takes a step back, and as he does, not realizing it, at that moment, Ledger had pulled his sword up to try to do something because he's realizing he doesn't know what's going on. He understands that this is deep speech, and knowing he's an Illithid, he doesn't know this guy's about to cast some kind of like psionic spell or something. He's just trying to, finish this, and not even really trying to make the move. The guy just steps back as he's lifting his sword and just steps right onto it. And you hear him as he steps back, and just sword just kind of pops out of. Yes, I understand that. He's also not an expert on illithids. You just kind of see the blade jut out of his chest, very, alien style, and he just kind of twitches for a moment, and just kind of, I'm not in the mood for sarcasm or sass, whatever it is, and just kind of falls forward and crumbles to the ground in the middle of all of you.
Should have been a better host.
And you guys just see this green, ooze just start to spread across the floor.
Does it do anything to the pool of water?
Can I make a roll?
I'm gonna splash the blood off, like, that motion where you just, like, blink.
Yeah, you're gonna clean your blade. I got you. What do you want to do, Karate?
I want to either know if it would be intelligence or arcana to be able to have any kind of clue if there's any remnants of magic radiating off of him, essentially, that would show that if he was trying to cast a spell that was interrupted.
You could cast, do you have any detect magic spells left?
Like magic. Since we're not in combat, it would be a free drop.
Correct, so you could cast detect magic.
Alright.
Okay, so you cast detect magic, and you detect a faint celestial connection. But you don't detect anything that would be directly from a spell or anything like that. You feel like there was a faint, like, how do I explain this? You feel like there was a magic that wasn't cast by there was a magic on him that wasn't cast by him. Does that make sense? Like,
so there was a spell-like ability active on him that he did not cast.
Correct. And you see you see him as it's fading quickly with his body.
What kind of magic? Because it says I know the school of magic if it has a specific school.
That's the downside to it. It's not a specific school of magic. It's a very specific type of magic, but unfortunately, it doesn't.
Okay.
doesn't cover that, but I will let you know. You feel like it was. You get this feeling as you detect this. You have this feeling kind of wash over you, and this confidence that he didn't feel any pain in the end. If that helps any.
Yeah.
Okay. My investigation.
And then everyone leveled up.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
And that's how you win D&D, right?
Just
And
level up.
That's how we saved Fozzie and finished our side quest. So that gave us just enough XP to level up.
And then we exit the cave to find all the guards and the mayor's daughter waiting for us.
Yeah, because no harm decided to flat out bitch smack a child.
I still don't.
But I can go back into that town and get our horses.
Times where we all wish we could do that, and I kind of admire that she just went out and did it.
Yep.
Man, if I'm not on a plane with a damn child on, I wish. Fuck me if that kid doesn't shut up and just smack it.
Alright, so
Yeah.
did I find
All you wanna do is
anything?
just-
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're all gonna be in prison.
Eh,
No, I never got kicked out of that place, so I can go back and get our horses.
yeah.
I literally rode into town as you guys were like, hey, blah blah blah, or got out of the fucking tavern because I was apparently I failed my Constitution saving throw.
If you just need to get your horses and get out of the city, I can try and. I don't know
Well,
how
I'm-
many of them will pay attention to me, but they can simply follow me as I fly over the town.
That's what I want to see. I want to see Vehar leading a gang of horses. The whole variety of them too. All the variety.
Well, I was just gonna distract the guards, but I guess that could work too.
Alright, so did I get anything with my investigation?
Yeah, I would really prefer to get my horse back. The issue is we're going. We were trying to come to the first city that was, south of where those cultists have taken over. Whatever you want to call them. And about the undead threat. Now, I fear that they just won't listen to anything we have to say.
They're lost.
Wait. The city that got taken over is to the northwest of where you guys are now,
Yeah.
and you guys are continuing to head, and you guys are going to continue to head east because that's your destination, not south.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You guys have already been to the south and saved them. You're heading to the east to meet up with a resistance group that you're hoping will help you fight the issue in the northwest.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to get our steeds.
Well, let's
Well,
let
but you can leave that to me, essentially.
Ledger take care of that shit.
Well, out of character, like I said, you can leave that to me because I was now kicked out of the town.
Yeah. You were kidnapped.
Weren't we all?
No, I was taken.
He was
Yeah.
kidnapped.
I was.
And I was not.
See, I don't quite remember every voice to every character yet.
Fair enough.
You are correct because you were taken. You were vulnerable.
Yeah.
You have a fair point.
Very well.
Yeah, if you would go do that, I greatly appreciate it.
Yeah.
I didn't technically get kicked out. I could have standed there and tried to just talk.
Oh, no, you ran with us.
People, but I wasn't gonna be a dick, and I'm not necessarily great with things.
Yes, Mr. Standard there.
So,
Anyways, I think Worm wanted to loot the body.
yeah, I wanted to loot the body.
Yeah, he did. Shit, he rolled like crap.
I did.
So,
Fine, I'll investigate.
Found a bloody book
Okay.
in a language you don't understand.
Okay.
Ooh, language that we don't understand. I can take that, and then
Lots and lots of
languages
tentacles.
to read into it.
Well, my question is, did I find his staff?
Are there only 6 tentacles? Okay. Alright, so the three of you are just pawing over this dead man's body. You find some bloody scrolls. You find his religious book that's covered in blood.
I'll throw that to
Yeah.
Ledger.
You find a coin purse with approximately 255 gold pieces in it.
Mine!
The religious book.
Do we find his
Um,
staff?
And and you guys find a necklace on him that has a teardrop garnet on it.
Mm-hmm.
Garnet is a type of gemstone, in case anybody didn't know that.
Garnet, amethyst, and
Oh, yeah.
Pearl, and Steven.
I think they have a show.
Okay.
So yeah,
Much longer.
it has a.
Yeah, the show's running amazingly. It's running great.
It has a garnet on it, and as you're investigating it, you flip it over, and on the back is the word Jeremy.
Oh
God.
man.
Oh, is that? Oh, out of character. That's the summoning thing.
That's the golem.
Yep.
That's the control stone, correct?
Interesting.
Kiro, I think
Smash
you should
it,
have.
smash it,
No,
smash
no,
it. Pieces right now.
no, Kiro, you should keep it. Have it under your control.
Like, there's a giant lake. of
Wait, no,
red-
you don't want to say a prayer for the flesh golem?
I need to smash this thing right now.
I mean, if
Come on, we could bring it back under
we
our
could,
control.
we
No,
could,
no,
we
no,
could
no,
use
no, no,
him.
no, no, no.
Come on, man, we could
Smash,
use him.
Smashy smash.
Please, no.
Smash.
No, I'm gonna take it from him before he tries to smash
Well,
it.
it's in your hands, Kurote. What do you do?
I run over.
No, I
I run over and take
the
it.
ground.
No.
It doesn't work.
No. Just gouts of flame.
All I'm
No,
picturing.
no,
Not even.
no.
All I'm picturing is Kurote flips it over, and he's like, "What the fuck is this?" Flips it over.
Jeremy.
Oh shit! Throws it on the ground, and all you guys see, hands together, just full on flame, jet of flame out of his hands, like die. He's doing his best Vegeta right now.
It's-
Yeah.
He's doing his best fire Kikoho.
Anyways, I'll take the his religious book, and then you said he has a spell book as well somewhere.
No, he just had some bloody scrolls.
I was gonna.
A language. When you read them, you'll know what language it is. Again, it's in deep speak.
What happened to
So
his
I'll take
staff?
his religious book at least.
Okay.
So I say,
Okay, so I think after all that, the necklace is pretty melted. The gemstone is cracked. It's pretty fucked up. It's not destroyed, but it's pretty fucked up.
if it's not destroyed, I'm gonna take it and sell it. I'm gonna sell it.
All of a sudden, Jeremy rises from the dead, now under no one's
God, what a twist would that
Speaking
be?
of Jeremy, I went over here. I wanted to take a better look at what composed him.
Okay. Give me that investigation. Okay. That was pretty good. Okay. I'm gonna say this now. If anybody has a light stomach, I advise you stop listening.
Yeah.
If you're going to do so, please mute yourself now, and I will go ahead and let you. I will a message in chat to let you know that you're. Okay. Parents out of the room now, kids? Great. Let's go ahead and, alright, so you start to look over the body, and you notice at this point the body has started to fall apart. It started to decompose, and there's a stink to it. And as you investigate, you notice that most of the body has been hand sewn together, and there's a mismatch of human flesh. As you look it over, you notice the back is actually the flesh of a mountain lion that has been, like the pelt of one that has been stretched out, and it's been, stitched together with other pieces of like animal skin, and then it wraps around to where the arms are actually, it looks like several human arms kind of like attached to each other at the elbow, with the wrist or with the hand cut off. They're just elbow to wrist, elbow to wrist, elbow to wrist, so that they're like 8 feet long. The hands are actually paws from a bear, but the claws have been replaced with human finger bones, where the tips have been removed, and it's just knuckles, extra knuckles added. So the fingers are like 8 inches long, but they're like a dozen knuckles, 2 dozen knuckles. As you continue to look, you realize the neck is oddly enough is just one large like bone, like someone took like a piece of, not even like a spinal cord, just like someone took like a solid like calf bone or thigh bone or something and just stuck it in there on top of the spine, and just made up the neck. It was just this big piece of flesh, like almost like a big ham round, just stuck on top of the body and stitched in there. Basically, a femur, that's what they call those thigh bones. And then the head is extremely odd, because the flesh looks like several pieces of flesh stuck. Yeah, it's not circumcised. The face is made up of several dozen pieces of flesh stitched together. And and as it starts to fall apart, you notice the back of it. As it starts to fall apart, you notice that the rest of it is actually pieces of bone that are fused together. It looks like someone took like a bunch of skulls and cracked them, and then made a giant puzzle out of it and built a new skull that was much larger. And then as you kind of look around, you notice the legs are very similar to the arms. They're just multiple femur stacked on top of each other, essentially. With just one knee in the very middle and like 6 feet of leg on either side. And then his feet are because you guys know feet are multiple bones. It's actually they're just extremely large. They're about 2.5 feet long, and they're a good like foot wide. They look like Bigfoot feet, essentially. They are Bigfoot feet. Someone killed a Bigfoot and stuck their feet on this guy. They're hairy and everything. It's disgusting. But yeah, that's basically him. I mean, he is wearing like a loin short thing. So I mean, I'm not going to describe that unless you really want to get crazy with that event.
Let's do it.
Why did you put one there?
I did. I'm just saying there's pants on it. All we're saying is there are pants on him. I didn't say he has junk. I just said there are pants.
Well, loincloth and pants are two entirely different things.
Well, I said shorts. I like loincloth short things.
Well, at the end of the day, he wanted to. Behar wanted to see if he had anything branded on him.
Oh. No.
But yeah, it looks like humans, bears, lions, tigers. Oh my.
Yeah, I didn't even think about the bed. Sure, yeah, that works. And big feet. Don't forget about big feet.
Big feet.
Where did he even find a Sasquatch?
I mean, they're pretty common around Ulica. But I mean, that's weeks to the north.
I see that Zareth has moseyed over. As I'm done checking the body, I point to him and ask, "Does something like this qualify for your rights?"
Well, it did before it was twisted. I can say a few words, but nothing I say now will help the soul. That's
Z-
far gone.
Souls.
My apologies, Pearl.
I
Technically,
cannot for the beast's souls. I was simply curious about the line in your fave.
Well, I could say a few words, and if they're still here, or on the ethereal plane,
Souls with a Z.
they'll,
They are rather dark.
maybe they'll
Okay, guys, let him finish.
get guidance. But I fear something else may have taken them. I can say a few things, but that is all. And I just say a quick, passing right of wherever these souls may lie, along the lines of wherever these souls may lie, lady, please guide them to their true destination, whether it be eternal damnation or eternal prosperity.
Yep, that little was part of it. He actually
Listen,
said it.
I'm sorry. I have speech issues and
It's all good.
my tongue just doesn't do what my brain is thinking sometimes. Sorry. That was me being not Sarah.
You gotta own that shit.
So we killed the golem, we killed the caster. I melted the shit out of that garnet.
Mm-hmm.
So, how you doing, Ledger?
Had a little Vegeta moment.
Yeah. I mean, the necklace itself was destroyed, but you might be able to break it down to its base parts and sell them. So you might as well pick that up and
Yeah.
then forge it to something else.
Yeah, that was my plan.
The gemstone is cracked now. I don't know how much that's going to be worth. And the metal, the steel, the silver it was made out of, the necklace was made out of, has melted.
I'll take 5
I don't know how
gold.
much is left of the parts, but I mean, yeah, that's an option. And also, just for the record, guys, flesh golems are constructs of humanoid parts, but have no soul. That's why they're completely obedient to their possessor's will.
Yeah, that's why I'm sure with my background I would just have knowledge of that. That's why I said the souls are not here.
That's why I was backing up. There wouldn't be any left. But yeah, that's why I was just letting you all know. Anyways, also in case anyone, you got disconnected from the call. Oh man, I'll call you right back, Vehar.
No, I just came back to.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
wait a minute. It's really quiet in here. That's new.
Yeah, with all of us here, that's not possible. Most of us here.
Anyway.
Anyways,
Anyways.
so,
Go ahead.
yeah, you guys.
They're at being quiet.
Anything else you guys wanna?
I was gonna say, shall we burn this body or just dump him in the water?
Your choice. He
I
was your
will
captor.
No.
I was gonna type.
I'm talking about the elephant guy, not the flesh golem.
Well,
I would say no.
whoever God says it's your choice, he
To the
was your
burning or
captor.
Throwing in the water.
Don't throw them in the water. That'll taint the source.
How,
Actually, another question. This river, was it flowing out of the cave or into it?
Yes.
Yes.
So it's a waterfall on the outside. So the waterfall hides the cave, and the waterfall essentially has eroded away a stone passageway inside the cave, and it basically found its way to this water source that was in here originally.
Okay.
And then
there's a note of the dumping. We don't know what this water source feeds into.
fair enough. We can at least burn the bodies, though.
Oh yeah, no problem with that. Their ashes can go wherever.
Yeah.
That's what Wormlock says.
I say we don't bury it, but I at least want to bury the flesh golem because at one point it was in fact they were in fact human. And
Cool.
I don't want someone to just find random ass skeletons and make some weird bone golems.
Bone golem.
Yeah.
Burying them will at least make that more difficult.
Hmm.
This actually reminds me of a line from a movie. The Hugh Jackman Van Helsing movie,
Mm-hmm.
where the friar essentially asks, "Is that a man?" Well, several men, parts of them anyway. When referring to Frankenstein.
Yeah. And I agree, that would be cool. So Ledger would turn to Kiro and ask him for his help to burn the body.
Burn that bitch.
Okay. Yeah, and as of that necklace, as of the necklace, there's probably nothing left after I hit that thing with 6 gouts of flame.
Just the stone.
I
Just the stone.
grabbed the
Did you
stone.
get it, dude?
Stone.
Yeah. So you can throw the stone in the water if you wanted to.
Nope, I'm grabbing the stone.
It's the heart of the ocean now.
Don't worry, some halfling will pick it up and start flying over it for half a century. Or half of a millennium.
My precious.
That's the next campaign.
Oh God.
The next campaign is the next campaign is when you guys realize that the secret weapon of somebody you destroyed got into the hands of some idiot and has been secretly floating around between a bunch of idiots.
Dear God, that would be scary.
Threw it into a volcano and just made everything worse.
One of them bit the other one's fingers off to do it, and then everything blew up for some fucking reason. Okay.
Oh, and
so,
then the eagles show up.
Yeah.
And then these things
See, see, the thing is, if that happened and Vehar was there, he's just like, oh, look who just decided to fly in. Took you long enough, fellas.
And then the xenomorphs appeared for no reason.
So, we're getting off topic, and I'm just gonna say one more thing. The reason the Eagles didn't show up to the end was because that was when they were worthy. When they finally fucking saved the day.
That's when Token realized he wrote himself into a corner again.
Either way, so, alright, so you guys ash the body. You guys are gonna just burn it? You burning him?
Burn it.
Well, I can use burning hands, I think.
Okay, well, cast my spells. Let me see it.
I'm gonna back up just a little bit.
Actually, I don't have that. I have...
After I spammed it before, I'll just drop down another one.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have burning hands. I thought I did. I have hellish rebuke as fire damage, which is not.
Yeah, you say shit about his body. That's right, I want you to talk trash about his body, Ledger.
Anyways, I do have arms of Hador, which could. I think that beats the person.
Jesus.
Hodor.
No, we're not gonna pound his body into dust. That is disturbing.
That is disturbing, and you don't want to describe that.
Yeah, Hodor.
Hodor.
This one.
Anyways, so okay, we'll just say Kurote is able to do it with that.
Yeah.
Mortar. So yeah, you guys watch as his body lights up and slowly begins to cook and it actually smells nice.
I was gonna say.
Surprising.
Yeah, kind of like calamari.
Is it edible? I'm gonna roll survival to see if it's edible.
You just see them like curling as the air escapes them.
That's gross.
They just curl up and his mouth's open and you just see the little beak in there.
Is it edible?
And then you see the skin around the beak shrivel, and you just see that he's got this massive jaw, and it's just you see these bones and these little fangs on the inside, and all the flesh is disappearing, and it's just these thin little arms and body and chest and everything, and then just as the bones finally dry out enough to burst into flames or burst into dust, and that's it.
Well, that's the end of that.
The real question was it edible?
Yeah, I just roll a con save to see if that just makes Kiro just puke from the nauseatingness of it.
Does it?
Yes.
It's in mine.
I wouldn't think so, but I don't really. It's your AC. I mean, I don't have a puke AC.
I figured I don't know if it was some kind of basic check, because normally you need to make, in certain situations, the DM will make you make a Constitution save because of the situation to see if you just start vomiting uncontrollably.
Oh.
Could from like smells and all that.
No,
So like a deal.
it's just grody. You're a big boy. You're fine. It's weird to you, but what?
It's not AC, it's DC.
Yeah.
As far as that joke is, it is a difficulty check.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, it's not enough. It would. I don't know. Don't worry about it. I'll let you know about this. I don't think of a burning body as being something that, especially people who have killed other things, like it's not something you're gonna be like.
Just how you were describing it with all of the detail and everything.
Oh, I just like to be detailed. That's what I do.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys hear what Wormlock says, asking if it's edible.
Yeah. I think we should probably head out of here for now. Head back.
I agree.
Go and get our horses.
Yeah, it'd probably be the best idea.
If technically no, because it's
This is like
they're
really nasty, sort of oddly pseudo cannibalism.
I mean, it'd be like pork octopus.
Yeah.
I think
like
given
big
where this
knock-
thing's been, it's unagi.
Don't eat it is the point.
Yeah,
This
well, it's
thing's
not
probably
you.
been eating brains.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you imagine it tastes like iron. So yeah, it's nothing. It's fine. It's dust anyway. So, all right. So at that point, you guys kind of watched as Adeline and Arporia, who were behind you guys but not doing anything, just kind of wander past you guys and start to head out. You know, Adeline on Arporia's shoulders.
What happened to the staff?
That's what I've been
It's
wanting
just
to.
sitting in the. It's just sitting, you know, firmly implanted in the ground.
I pick it up and I
gotta
throw
go
it.
back into Arcana that staff.
I'm gonna
Okay.
pick it up and I'm gonna throw
Would
it
be
at
Arcana Or
Kiro.
just investigation to see if it's like what kind of staff it is and all that.
I would say that would be a
Actually, wait.
investigation.
I just have this.
Oh. That works. Are you gonna ritual cast or just regular cast?
Do you guys mind waiting the 10 minutes for me to ritual cast? Or do you
Well,
guys want me to get out of
you
here?
have more than level 1 spells now, right? Do you
No,
level
I still
2
have-
spells?
No, I only have level 1 spells at the moment.
Okay. I'm gonna say if you'd add the level 2s, then it'd be a free cast, and you could just do the minute.
Oh no, I gotta.
Wormlock, stop. He just said he was investigating it. You can't pick it up.
I mean, I've been trying to
Yeah.
pick it. I've been trying to
That's
find
worse.
it the whole entire
Yeah.
thing.
I guess
but-
I'll use the slot.
Okay.
Right now, just get another slot back anyways later on.
Do you have a level 1 left?
I have 2 level 1s left, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
And remember, I can always just pierce myself to get more spell slots back. for
Yeah, I know, I
weekend
just-
damage.
I don't like to assume you're going to.
You
No.
can always sleep.
It's not my job to assume. Anyway, so go ahead and ritual. Go ahead and cast it. So you touch the staff for a minute. And you're just kind of concentrating on it and thinking about it. And sorry guys. Anyways, so yeah, you guys, what was I thinking? Oh,
We're identifying stuff.
yes. So the staff, you know, as you hold it, you realize that after the minute, you find out that it's just a basic wooden staff with a golden cephalopod head on top. No special properties. It doesn't even have any extra weight or heft to it to make it a particularly good like whacking stick. It just happened to be what the guy used.
Yeah. Well, and the top part of it can be sold, I guess. But yeah, we chop that off, then use it for firewood. And I also hand back the quarterstaff to Kirote, unless she wants to use this one instead.
I think you already gave it back earlier when you got your book and stuff back, didn't you?
Maybe not. I'm not sure if there was time to hand it back to you, because we were still in the middle of combat.
I don't think he did.
I was under the impression you handed it back to him.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
then.
that's what I was going off of from what last time I
It's in
thought
my
we
notes.
did.
It's in my notes that you gave it back to him. So
Okay.
My notes are a liar, but
It
they
happened.
write themselves.
Must be.
Yeah, we'll hold on. What do you think? Yeah. I'll pick it up for now. Hold on to it. We'll figure out what to do with it later.
Okay.
With the party reunited, what now?
To the city!
Yeah. I don't know how we got here. I don't know how you guys got here. So
We'll lead the way out. Don't worry about it.
but I guess you guys will wait on the outskirts of town, and I'll come back.
Yep.
Can I give him a, like, this is where we left our...
I know where we left all our steeds.
We all left them in the same spot.
What are you referring to then? 'Cause I'm confused.
He just doesn't really know how we got from the town to the cave where we are now because he was unconscious the entire time that he was brought here.
Yep.
So unlike us that walked from the town to this place, he was kind of carried unconscious here, so he has no idea where this is in relation to the town.
Yeah, we can at least start him, like, back towards the trail.
That was the
I was
plan.
gonna say you guys could just wait on the outskirts of town without going in it.
Yeah.
Just take them.
Well, yeah, we could bring you back
Yeah.
to the trail. I feel like town is that way. Because we were on a road and then we found a side road and we took the side road. That's how we got here. So we'll take you back to the main, to where the two roads meet, and then you can just use the main road back into town.
Yeah,
Alright.
we took the side path off to the rest stop.
Alright,
Okay.
well, let's
let's
go.
We're walking, doing this as we're walking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Party
You guys are
moves.
headed out.
Yep.
Yeah, there's not much else here.
Burn the cave!
Unless, you know, I can peek my head in and give one last investigation on the whole area, but I don't know if that's
It's too big.
worth it.
Yeah.
It's a massive black hole, basically. The room is super dark outside of the area you guys have seen. If you hit it back, it's pretty dark because you guys, to think you've cast other stuff, so you've lost the concentration from your light spells.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So right now you guys are kind of heading back. There's light around the lake because that's where they were focused. But once you guys start to head back, it gets dark.
Yeah.
Actually, Adeline has gone ahead and cast light on Arporia. So in the distance, like 100 to 150 feet in front of you guys, you see this kind of like big bright light. But the distance between it is darker than Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
And boom, I don't need light. I've got the dark vision.
As I walk past Behar, I'm gonna make like a slight nudge because he has Bojangles on him with him, right?
Yes.
He did last. I'm pretty sure he abandoned Bojangles at some point in the ground somewhere so that he could fight. Don't quite remember the exact point.
Yeah, no, I put him basically in my, like, grasped him with my foot. I went to go get Ledger, but by the time we came back to this side of the lake and started fighting, I kind of just left him on the ground by the stream.
Okay,
Yeah.
then
He's
I'll go over
drowning.
there and like say, hey, like, where are you? Try and just locate him.
It's kind of like over here.
Yeah.
Hey, book boy! Holy shit, you living! Not
Yeah.
dressed the best, but
No.
hey,
And you better be quiet or
add that mask wearing motherfucker ain't gonna do nothing. We have
Anyways.
a truce right now.
Oh, that's good.
Well, I guess now that you're back, we don't have a truce right now. I'll just bite his dick off. I don't care.
Bite his neck off.
I guess it seems kind of. First off, thank you for leading them all to me, and it might seem a little insensitive, but I guess back in the bag.
Yeah. I can't really move myself, so you might want to put me there, bitch.
Yeah, well, I figured I'd ask you first.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. Next time, make it sound like a question.
Yeah, sorry. Still a little shaken.
That's all right. You'll be yourself in no time. We'll get you a good book in the next town, and you'll be fine. Come on, nerd. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. I scoop him up, put him in the bag, and head on out with the rest of them.
All right.
Alright, well.
One quick thing that I just remembered right now. I've still got no idea what this stone is that Kiro's been hefting around.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
that.
did you pick up those bloody scrolls?
No, no one did.
We picked up what we found. Giraffe didn't say what the scrolls were, just bloody scrolls.
Yep. Yeah. I say Zane has them.
Yeah.
Or, I'm sorry, Kurote has them.
What do you mean by
Ah, you're breaking the immersion, Giraffe.
He when he was in the library with Ledger, when Ledger was kidnapped, he found a stone of some magical descript and grabbed it thinking it was important and bolted, and has been lugging it around in essentially a Walmart bag ever since.
Let's do this on the trail. Let's keep moving.
Right.
Can I see it? Can I see the stone, please? I'm doing this as we're walking towards.
I mean, would you have noticed it? Like, if it's in a carrying case, essentially, would it be readily visible?
Oh, I thought we were talking about it. That's why I
No.
No, was
I
just
think that was
asking
out of
Giraffe,
character.
just making reference that he's still carrying this thing around. That I still have no idea what it is.
Yeah, it's up to you to tell me when you want to investigate it.
I didn't know if I'd need to roll an Arcana or investigation.
You don't ask.
Detect magic.
Or if I misunderstood, I'm sorry. Depends what your intention is. When you're trying to look at it, are you trying to determine the magical spells on it, or are you trying to, because you know it's magical, you already know that. So are you trying to figure out specifically what the spell is? Because then you would need something like identify, or another spell or ability that would allow you to determine the exact effects of the spell on the item, or the item has. Or if you're just trying to determine what it is, you could roll an investigation check, and I can give you an idea of a more description on what it looks like, what it feels like, what it's like holding it, things like that. So what do
One
you?
more attempt of deciphering it. I didn't know if I'd be able to get anything off an Arcana or if I'd need Ledger to use and identify on it.
So you could use Arcana, and you could use Arcana to determine if it's like an enchantment or whoever's counting their change. An enchantment or like one of those, or like a spell or like a curse or something like that. You would need detect magic if you want to determine the specific school of magic that it was. Or you would, if you want to know exactly what it does, you need a spell like identify. So you would need Ledger.
So I'd need to drop a detect magic, followed by an Arcana, followed by having Ledger identify it.
Or you could just have him identify and save yourself a bunch of time. Yeah.
But that only take 10 minutes to ritual test. And
Well, yeah, but until you do it anyways, he only knows the general idea of what it is.
Yeah, but I still also need to go to the town to pick up.
Well, and you guys are all traveling together right now, so it's just one of those things. Like you guys are kind of walking. You guys are walking out of high school, the last day of school. You're all just kind of walking along next to each other. You got enough space, so for lunch you're all just kind of like, just kind of casually walking around each other.
Yeah, but then also the question is,
But I don't think he's pulled it out, so he's just thinking right now about it. Correct?
oh,
Yeah, well, now that we've saved Bookworm, I was gonna, as we're walking around and heading towards our destination, I was gonna go up to Ledger and ask him if he could. Hey, I found this when we were at the library, and then I would pull it out and say, "Can you tell me what this thing is?"
do you mind waiting till after I get the horses back? Because I'm not sure if I can.
Mm-hmm.
At which point, Mr. Magic Ears up front would have heard you, and would have turned around and seen it and asked if asked to see it. I remember that.
Okay.
But he didn't. Did he take it out, or did you just say, "Hey, I have this thing. Can you?"
Well, I just took it out to show it to you and ask you if you can see what it. Tell me what it is. And that's when you had said that we were gonna see if we could get the horses first.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just.
In the meantime, it doesn't hurt for me to look at it, and if I can't find out, what it is, then you can just come back here and cast your magic and automatically know what it is. It's no big deal.
Okay, I have no idea what you're gonna do, but all right.
While they do that, I guess we've gotten to the crossroads and I continue on to the town.
No. This is you're far deeper than that, my friend.
Yeah.
Like, is it far away?
Yeah.
It's a bit of time. But you also have none of your clothes.
So he's just a naked
I
human.
have the robe thing on, right?
Yeah, you have your sacrificial robe or whatever it is.
Do I recognize this stone, or have I not seen anything like this?
You've seen it. You were here with them. You just, yeah, this is just where you guys found the bodies and stuff like that, if you remember.
I do. I remember pulling out a
the
depth.
people on the oh, there's.
Bottom right.
Mm-hmm.
No. I was asking about the stone. 'cause of-
Oh, the stone. Oh, the stone. Give me 1 second. Let me drop Ledger on the map.
Yeah. There we go.
Sorry. You weren't with the group before.
No.
It looks like a big red stone to you, with it like a giant marble. It's just red and black swirls. You would need to do it. You would need to do a similar to what I told Kurota. You would need to do either one of the rolls, particularly to determine more.
Alright, I'm gonna dump Detect Magic and then Arcana it based off the information that I.
Okay.
Hello?
You're working on making that Arcana roll?
I said okay.
Yeah,
You
like
got it?
it from the Detect Magic first.
Oh.
Because I was saying Detect Magic and then.
Yeah, no, I got it. I was waiting for you to drop it. Sorry. So you do detect that it is magical. It doesn't give you off a super strong aura of magic, but it definitely does give you off a what appears to be it appears to have a divination spell sealed inside of it, but there also seems to be an enchantment layered over top of that.
So I relay that information. Kind of just. There seems to be some sort of divination inside of it. There's also an enchantment on top of it. So I can try to think, but I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. And I'm just gonna roll my terrible Arcana roll.
Oh man, divination. I found this in the evocation section.
Maybe it was mislabeled.
I was just asking. I'm pretty sure the answer is gonna be no, but since I know what skills are on it, could I have an advantage? I'm just asking. I'm pretty sure the answer is no.
Well, because what you're trying to do now is determine what exactly the enchantment. And
Like what it do.
you feel like you know what it is, and like it's right there on the tip of your tongue, but the time you go to say it, you forget what it is.
Damn.
I feel like I know what this is, but it's escaping me at the moment. I have this gut feeling that I know what this thing does, but I can't process it in my mind for the life of me.
Alright, we can wait for Bookworm.
Yes.
Okay.
You can always pray to your god to see if they can tell you what it is.
Fortunately, I don't get channel divinity.
So as you guys are making your
Making our way downtown, walking fast, faces passing, we're town bound.
yeah, could you guys move your tokens for me though?
How far?
Just so I can, because I assume at some point you guys are going to set up a base or something to meet up again, because this road intersects with the main road, which takes you back to the city.
I'd probably say right about.
So, and while you guys are walking out, and about when you guys get to the next little body of water, I'm gonna take a moment and tell you guys a little story of something fun that happened. All right, everybody loves me, right?
Yes.
I mean, everybody's yes.
Okay.
Good. Okay. So, as you guys now, completely understand. As you guys leave, and as you guys exit, and you're chatting and merrily making your way out of it, walking past the. Oh, by the way, Ledger, you also picked up a sack of your clothes out on one of the sacrificial altar stations.
Okay.
So you've got all your shit again, all of it again, not just your robe and your book.
Okay.
So, as you guys kind of are making your way out there, you guys kind of reach the lake and you start talking about your plans, about getting the horses and things like that. You start talking about the logistics of one person picking up 4 horses. Yeah, 4 horses. The 4 horsemen. Back in the cave, though, something happened. In the shadows deep within the cave, there's a sound.
God, we walk the Balrog.
And into the light of your battle, where still the glow of magic and power and energy of Mance in the eyes viewed, a creature glides into the light, staff in hand. This one, not quite like the ones you guys carry. This one taller, with a large cephalopod head on top, and a ring that goes around the top, kind of like a halo, but it's standing up. And there are rings on either side of it, and they kind of rattle in the spear as it walks. I just don't have keys on me to make that noise. But it's rattling as the creature moves forward, but it makes no steps. It seems to almost glide across the land. And it glides to where the ashes were or lie of the body of the Ulatid you guys fought. And you hear a I will find you, Knowledge Eater, and I will eat you.
Cthulhu. Cthulhu.
And as the cackle emanates from it, and it echoes through the building. There's you guys came here, but there's the bzzz of a portal opening.
Does he pick up the thing to Jeremy? The crystal?
Yeah.
Great.
And it-
cracks that thing.
It's cracked, yes, but he does pick up the cracked stone, and you hear as it walks through the portal, and as it closes behind him. And then back to you guys.
Can we take a break?
Anyways.
So you guys,
Yeah. So who needs horses again? It's just me, Kirote, I guess Zereth. Yeah.
Everybody except for
I
Zero.
The fanciest horse.
Vehar.
All of our horses.
And I have the fanciest Snow White pony.
Mm. And I have the reddest horse out of all of us.
Alright, well hold on a second. 2 people are going to take a step away. Let's just take a 5-minute break and let everyone go use the restroom, get a drink of water, do. We'll be back here in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Alright, perfect. No point missing people.
Mm-hmm.
I just realized that No Harm's not in the call.
I think she had to go to sleep again. Oh.
All right. And yes, no harm fell asleep.
Okay.
Is that to me or just saying you're back?
Well, I've been here the whole time.
Okay, so you heard me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just didn't know why she dropped out. I was just gonna kind of wait a little too long. I was gonna ask if she was excited about Disney World.
Oh, she is, but yeah, she fell asleep. Unfortunately, apparently I put her to sleep when I tell my. I forgot a line. This is why you need to write down my lines for my characters more often.
Bedtime stories on tape by Giraffe.
I thought about doing that on my YouTube channel, just recording myself reading books. That's just a side thing I do anyways.
Are you talking about the books, or are you talking about the drunken stories?
Probably both. Probably both. Yeah, I forgot a line. I should have wrote down the lines better for this character, but whatever.
Dude, that's my biggest issue with DM. Like, I write down like a brief summary of what I'm gonna say, and then I get there and I like look at the lines, and I'm like, shit, I can't say this eloquently as I want to. Fuck.
Well, my issue is that I have an idea of what I want to say, but I ad-lib a good portion of what I do based on what you guys do. So I have an overall theme, but the intricacies are typically ad-libbed. So what ends up happening is I end up forgetting little things. Like I was supposed to say a line like, "The council will not be happy about this," but stupid me fucking forgot. So you fuck it. I mean, it doesn't matter. You guys wouldn't have been there anyway, so I could tell you. But if the character gets to say it and then disappear into a fucking portal like fucking Lex Luthor.
Evil Council.
Now we're talking good Lex Luthor or Batman v Superman Lex Luthor?
Oh god, not Jesse Eisenberg Lex Luthor.
Well, I'm acting it, so you make your own comparisons. And apparently my cat doesn't think it's good, so whatever.
Put Pinky to his corner of his mouth.
Oh yeah, Dr. Evil.
Number two.
My favorite voice is Goldmember.
I love gold.
I got that on my soundboard for stream. Yeah, I love gold.
I love gold. Isn't that weird? Smoking a pancake? Bong in the lips?
Faja, can you hear me?
Faja.
Take that Faja away.
Alright, I'm back.
Oh man. They are. I really wish they had made a fourth one at some point in my life, but whatever. You know why they had to stop? Because Mike Myers couldn't play 5 people in the same fucking movie. He plays 4 in Goldmember.
I mean, that's fair.
He plays himself, Dr. Evil, Fat Bastard, and
Goldmember.
oh, he was Goldmember too. Oh.
He is Goldmember too.
So is everyone back?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, everyone is back.
Worm's not back, is he?
I'm right here.
No, probably not. That's a long piss.
Oh, yeah.
We'll give him another 30 seconds or so before I cut it.
So we're cutting it out like 11
All right.
then?
I just realized I got muted.
Oh, okay, perfect. So we don't have to give him 30 seconds. You could. You answered fast enough. All right. So yeah. So you guys are at the lake. You guys are formulating a plan. Down to the bottom left, if you zoom out on your map, Ledger, you'll see a big long road. That goes. The end of that is the city. Okay.
We
Okay.
just point that out to you.
Yeah, I'm just pointing that out to you as the player. Ledger, obviously.
Yeah.
I imagine we'd probably just chill here.
Mm.
We could
Yeah.
chill by the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically I'm just going to pick up 4 horses, or the 4 horses.
That's the idea.
Yeah, the 4 horses of the apocalypse.
Okay.
Would you like
I-
me to keep an eye on you from the air?
That would be appreciated.
Also, Zane, leave the foreshadowing to me.
Let me also first fly in from the lake since I apparently got left there.
Mm.
Sorry.
By the way, everyone is fully healed now.
Fantastic.
Cast it for me. I just like having it in the
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm basically gonna click it into Ledger.
No, just click it once. I just need it once. That's all.
Yeah, I was already full of health.
I wasn't.
Health also.
I was at half.
Anyways, guys, I just like like having at least one.
Yeah. Better.
Perfect. That's all I needed. All right, so you guys, the rest of you kind of set up camp. You guys kind of back, set up a fire. I assume, household chores.
Pick up did we pick up like a fishing rod and all that stuff? Big
Nope.
Fish? I guess
Nope.
I'll do that.
But I'll let you guys deal with that. I mean, I guess you could technically turn your weapon into that. You can hurt people with a fishing rod. It is technically a weapon. Anyways,
is.
well, I mean, technically, but you aren't fishing. You're going with them to get the horse. They can't do.
Yeah. I mean, I could just say it's like a whip, essentially, like fly fishing.
Either way, so yeah, you guys are chill. Zareth, Wormlock, Kurote, you guys are, and Adeline and Arcoria are just kind of chilling at the lake. Vehar, you are traveling with Ledger, and you guys have reached the main road. And what do you do from here? I assume you guys have walked to this point, or like kind of traveled together to this point, and are going to split here, or am I incorrect on that?
Yeah,
Actually,
now that he's found... Oh, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, while we were walking over there, I was gonna inform him, like, I think I was reading a book on Aviator, like, just inform him what I remember from that book that I found, in case it was of any interest to him. Kind of explaining what I was doing in the library in the first place.
Oh, okay. I don't think he was here that week,
No.
so you may want to fill him in anyways, because I don't think he was here that week. But I told you what.
No, him and Zareth were at the bar while we were at the library.
Yep.
Yeah.
So essentially, when I went to the library, I was just going there to look for more weapon schematics and stuff. But I also figured I'd look around for any information on the avian people, because I know you were looking at that in the other place. So I did find a book, and I essentially took some time to commit it to memory. So I'll relay that information that I found in that book, which I can't remember what it was, to you while we're walking.
Cause I don't remember if it was,
You weren't there that week.
You weren't there that week.
No, I wasn't there, but like the week after when we started coming after you, it was said to me that it was like a dragon book or something. I don't know. I was just.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, because I don't think we would have discussed that, because either way, it doesn't matter. The point comes down to basically Vehar, he found a book talking about the different basically talking more in depth about the different Arakorka of the the elemental planes. And it was basically just going over how they, they aren't exactly related to the mortal plane Aarakocra, that they're different in ways that are hard to explain because they're actually part elemental, due to the just being part of that plane, very similar to how the Fae are. There's a race for ones, and typically they're guardians of that plane, peacekeepers and stuff like that. Just general basic knowledge, but with a bit more understanding of the batch. The only mention of travel though is that they know how to travel between planes, or special members among them know how to travel between planes. So, and about by the end of that conversation, you guys would have reached the main road. Oh, God, all that. All that. Oh, it hurts so much. Oh, my soul hurts. What all did you catch?
I don't think he's back yet.
Oh, it shows he's. Oh God, what's going on his side? Because it shows he's in chat.
Oh dear God. My soul, it's ripping apart.
So I'm gonna ask you guys again. You guys love me, right?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, I'm fine with a reoccurring villain.
Just don't worry about him. He's unimportant for now. Let's just say that you'll see.
Yay.
You guys know what my life motto is, right?
Fuck everything?
Ask me that question at the end of this.
Oh God.
Are you back, Spy?
I'm gonna say no.
He's here, but he's muted.
He's here with us in spirit.
You are in my soul.
Okay, well, you can hear me, so that works. Okay, so basically, long and short of it was, Ledger read a book on elemental Aarakocra, talking about how there's a brand of Aarakocra for each elemental plane, and they're kind of like the guardians for that plane. And special members among those groups know how to travel between planes. That's the long and short of it.
Mm-hmm.
I went into more detail before, but I apologize. I apologize. So yeah, by the end of the conversation that you guys reached the main road, at which point it does not mention any tribes by name. It simply mentions that there are different tribes. It does mention a tribe of a tribe of the wind, of the air elementals. It mentions a tribe of the water plane, the fire plane, and a few others, but nothing specific to a tribe name.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Phone started working.
Woo!
Nice.
Okay. Some
Yes.
can travel between planes, but the book didn't mention any tribe specifically. Got it.
Yep, and you guys hit the main road.
All right. Do you believe the directions they gave you will be enough? I don't want to lead the guards to your location if they happen to see me.
I would assume the directions would be enough. Out of character, right? Because it's just follow the road, right?
Yeah, it's basically just head south, and eventually you'll see the bar.
Follow the yellow brick
Yeah.
road.
Yeah, it should be fine. Yeah. And I nod to him. I nod to Behar, and I start heading off to
You know the way.
No, don't do that again.
Yeah.
All right. Then with a nod, Behar will. Whoosh.
All right, and I'll start heading back into town.
Okay, perfect. So go ahead and head on into town, and I will move you into town. I'm gonna move everybody with him. So, or no, I'll leave you guys where you are. You guys can watch. You can listen. Or if you guys want to watch, I don't know. That's me.
I'll
I'm gonna
watch.
move Behar as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess they're all at the stables, right? We put them at the stables.
Yep. You guys left them outside of the inn. Oh no, you guys did put them at the stables. Yep.
So where's the stables?
It's straight south by the inn. They are your characters on the screen. Beerus, leave my pins alone.
Nice. This is the inn here. Where's that? Yeah.
That's the
And
end,
there's
yeah.
your character. Let me zoom out a bit. Okay. Yep. And so you walk into town. Now remember, this is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's about midday, past lunch, but not early enough that there's a guard shift. So the guards here are kind of tired. It's hot. They've been working all day. They don't really be here, so they're just kind of, they see you walk through and they just kind of nod you through. They're not really paying any attention. They're all just kind of leaning on their asses. So you kind of walk through and there's a decent flow of traffic just kind of going in and out of town. As you travel down, you do see that the library is currently blocked off, and there is a board over the doors. I assume you keep heading forward. You notice as you kind of look around, you notice the stables and you notice the inn where you guys were supposed to stay. So talk to me.
I guess I'll head over to the inn then and go to the stable master.
Okay. So go ahead and go on in and talk to the stable master. I'll leave your character then.
Yeah. Hello there.
Which one?
I believe there's do I have the names of all the horses, and were the names of the horses given to the stable master?
Would you guys have given him your horses' names
Yeah.
and descriptions, I assume?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, descriptions you probably already know.
Yeah, but just to be safe.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, let's just safely assume your teammates would give you the information.
Yeah.
So okay, so go ahead, finish. I'm sorry.
I was gonna ask him if he had those specific horses, or where they were, and if I could reclaim them, essentially, paying the extended prices if needed, for them staying there longer than probably anticipated.
When'd you and your folk drop them off?
How long ago would that have been?
2 days.
You would need to do a
Well, they would have told me, right?
Oh, would they have? I don't know. Did you guys talk about how
No.
long you went on?
I don't think we did.
Well, I mean,
I'm
it might have been discussed over the when we were talking about the plans for getting the horses.
Well, that's why I'm asking you guys specifically. If you guys would have discussed that. You guys tell me. Okay, then we'll take that at face value, and we'll say yes. You know how many days it's been, and it's been approximately 3 days.
Okay, I'll let him know that it's been about 3 days, give or take.
Let me check. And he kind of walks down the stables. Walks back up. Walks down the other side of the stables. Let me check. Goes underneath, pulls out a box, opens it up, pulls out a scroll, opens it up. God damn it! Puts it down, pulls out a pair of spectacles, and yeah, puts them on. Alright, you're looking for and he just starts to read off the descriptions of the horses.
Yeah.
Looks like they're all taken into police custody, barring crimes against their owners.
Even mine?
One of
I
their
wasn't
owners?
there. I think mine wouldn't be there because I wasn't part of that group.
Yeah, but it was unclaimed. And no one else remembers anybody else coming to the town with a horse.
Hmm. Fair enough.
I can tell you where to go get it. If you have nothing to do, you can talk to the police. And I'm sure they'll let you out.
Okay.
Alright, boy. So, head on out the street. Head on down the road. Head on, take a left. Head on, take a right. Head on, take another left. In the back right corner of the city. You got all that?
Yeah, let me get this pen and paper and write this down real quick.
Nah, I'm fucking with you, kid. Head on out. Take a left. Head all the way down till you about to run out of town. Right there on the right, last building, right before you leave town. That's town hall. Going in there and say you done had some animals of a group you was managing confiscated. You were drunk, out of town, and you just need to pick up the animals so you can go about your business.
Alright. I'll
Best of luck.
Yeah, thank you for that. I will do that. I'll head to the town hall then.
Alright, you gonna move your character or you want me to?
Yeah, you can move it since I don't know where the. Is it just this building here? Or no, that's
Nope,
the.
it's not here.
That's the pond that
This
the
is
kid.
normal.
Yeah. I'll head into the town hall then.
Okay. So you open up the door and you head in and basically you're open into like a D&V style room. There's a bunch of benches and people waiting, and there's a bunch of counters where there's people talking and taking names and such. Then there's doors behind them and a bunch of offices and stuff out back, way back behind them and everything like that. You walk up to the first person you see, I assume,
Yeah.
and you just see them scribbling on a piece of paper, not paying any attention as they're just scribbling away at it.
Is there a little. What's it? The bellhop bells? Little ding.
No. You gotta be a dickin' person if you could know.
Anyways, I go. Excuse me.
And they look up and you realize it's actually a young woman with very close cut hair, very short cut hair. She looks at you. Yes, can I help you?
Hi, yes. I was told by the stable master to come here, since there were.
One counter. Please take a number and go wait. I'll call you when they're ready for you. It's the third number, the number provider. And she points over to the left by the door, and there's 3 people kind of sitting there with numbers, and there's a number over each of their head. And, they're 1, 2, 3 in common.
Mm-hmm.
My God, it's the central bureaucracy.
All right, I'll go over and take a number.
So you go over to 3 and you grab it, and you hold out your hand, and they slap a little stone tile in your hand, and it's got the number 87 inscribed on it.
Number what?
87.
Yeah, all right. And what number are they on now?
There's no TVs or electronic systems, so you're not really sure. So you just kind of go sit. And then you're sitting there for a few minutes, and you hear 235.
Oh, wait. Oh, that's like counter to number 35.
And then you see a large, portly man sitting up and wobble his way over to the counter. I got to complain about my neighbor eating my chicken. And he begins to tell the story and everything like that, and you just kind of are like, what am I in? And you sit there for about 3 hours, and then finally, 387.
Yep, that's me. I walk over.
What can I do for you, honey?
Hi, yes, I was told by the stable master that there were a certain number of...
stable master, he's my husband, great guy, I love him.
He did seem like a very nice individual. He was very informative.
Oh yeah, that's my husband, so informative, he always knows so much. Always wants to tell me how to do everything. How to cook this, how to cook that. Like he fucking watched the Food Network or something.
That's impressive, since there's well, I guess that's on the sending stones you have there.
No, I'm talking about the... I'm talking about the neck at the fishing docks where they catch food. What the fuck else would I be talking about?
Well, I'm rather new.
What can I do for you, honey?
There were 4 horses apparently that have been put into.
Names and descriptions.
I give the names in the descriptions. Then.
Then she pulls out a box and starts rifling through scrolls. Approximate date of confiscation.
I guess that would be around 3 days ago. I would assume.
She pulls out a scroll. Ooh, this has got a good stamp on it. This is gonna be interesting. She cracks it open, scrolls it, and unscrolls it, and unscrolls it. All right. The horses were confiscated for crimes against the owners, which being of attacks against a minor child, attacks against a political family member, running from the police,
Good lord, what did they do?
avoiding arrest,
Uh,
attacking the police, causing civil injury, causing civil unrest, causing a general panic. Oh my God. Your friend's drunk? This sounds amazing. I wish that was good.
They must have been. Some of them are rather.
Rolls it up at the top and she starts to unscroll it at the bottom. Oh, good God, it goes on. Oh, they've been escalated to the regional. Oh, good God, this is not good. Well, you can get the horses back. I need your name. I need an address to contact you at, and a place to serve you if this goes to court. Followed by, you have to pay a fine of 437 gold pieces.
All right, I'll give her the address of the inn.
Where are you staying at, and how long is your residence?
Well, we had just come into town, and I think and we were held up there with all this.
Not an excuse.
Say again?
I need a time, honey, not an excuse.
A time for?
How long you gonna be there?
I'll be there.
Another 2 days.
Yeah, I'll be there for about a week.
All right, so I'll put 5 days.
Okay.
Where will you be after the 5 days?
Oh, I'm heading up.
There the 14 business days. Tuesday through Sunday.
Yeah, I'm heading over, and we're heading to.
The east.
No.
What?
Yeah, I was thinking about saying that, but I don't know how much news has traveled. Yeah, no, I'm sending them in the opposite direction.
Okay.
The city that was taken over.
Yeah, I'm thinking about saying.
Lockfield?
Lockfield.
Yeah, but I'm not sure how much news has traveled. So.
She's just looking at you.
I think I was gonna head over to I've heard of a place called Lockfield, and after the week here, I'm probably gonna head over that way.
All right, I'll put you'll be at Lockfield. Do you know where you'll be staying at Lockfield?
Probably just one of the main inns out there.
If I may recommend one, then honey.
Yeah.
Sound like. So anyways, I'm gonna recommend that you go to the Dove and Chain. The Dove and Chain is the best inn in all of Lockfield. My husband and I spent a romantic weekend there, and it was the most amazing thing. He made me feel things in my toes I have never.
That sounds lovely.
But anyways, so yes, the Dove and Chain is a fantastic hotel. Not too seedy, not too expensive. It doesn't make you feel like you just blew all your money, but it also doesn't make you feel like you haven't done anything. He then pulls out a pipe.
Yeah.
She lights a match. Just. Sorry, honey, I need that. So, anyways, I need the 447 gold piece. Go pick up the bosses at the police impound around the corner.
All right, I'll hand her the 400. Cause I have that.
If you're still holding the money purse from Nilog, then yes, you would have that. Otherwise, you'd be short, at least by my record, by about 80 coins.
Let me see.
Or you, unless I'm off, please correct me if I'm wrong. I may be off.
I know you're. Yeah, if I didn't have the coin purse, which I would assume they would probably hand to me in case I need it for that. How much was in the coin purse?
220. 5.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Or 255. I'm sorry, 255.
Yeah.
Sorry, I read that wrong.
I forget. What else did we pick up for money wise? I can't remember. We probably found some money and
Dude,
stuff.
you're asking me way too far back. Like I said, my numbers last
Yeah.
it would be 80 off without the bag.
Okay. So you said 475.
No, 447. So
447.
367.
Okay.
Roughly without Needlog's money.
Would you guys have given me the money for that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you hand over the 440. Go ahead and mark. Now go ahead and since you would have had 367, add
Yeah.
255 to that, which is 721.
Yeah.
Now minus 447 from that. And I cannot do that math on my brain right this second.
Okay.
I'm
So let me get the calculator again. You said
Hey Google, what is 721.47?
The answer is 274.
274.
There you go.
okay.
So you have 274 gold pieces left.
Okay.
And then she gives you a stamped scroll
Mm-hmm.
that says, "Alright, honey, take this scroll, head out of the building, take a left. There'll be an alleyway to the building, take another left. Immediately you see the alley. Head all the way down the last building on your right."
You're just as good at giving directions as your husband.
Go in there. Oh, thank you, honey. I taught him. Go in there, give him the scroll. They'll give you another scroll, which you can then take to the stable master, which you can then go and pick up your horses and bring them over to you. It'll take about 24 hours, 48 hours.
All right.
But there's a holiday tomorrow, so it could be delayed. I don't know. If you go there quickly, you might be able to help. He does close soon.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
What?
Anyways,
And
I'm
don't
gonna.
forget breakfast, so you gotta run there with a piece of toast hanging out of your mouth.
No, it's like it's the afternoon, so
Yeah, it's now like 6 o'clock in the evening.
yeah. So I'm gonna rush over there.
Alright, so you rush over to the impound, and there's like 3 people in front of you, so you wait in line, and it takes about 20 minutes. And you go up and you hand the guy, "Alright, scroll." He takes it, cracks it open. Jesus, this was a hell of a party.
My
He goes back up, takes out another scroll, rolls it out, stamps it, seals it up, seals it, hands it over to you. Alright, I know. Head to the stable. And you bust in right as he's sealing everything. He looks
I
over.
hand it.
Yeah, what can I help you with?
I hand him the scroll and I say, I met your wife. She was a lovely lady.
Oh, she's the apple of me eye. Love that woman. She's taught me everything I love about my life.
Oh god.
You know, there was this one time I accidentally hit this baby bird when we were out in the countries, and I felt horrible about it, but she helped me nurse it to health. Greatest woman I ever knew.
She
Anyway,
also,
I'll
yeah,
go
she
get
also-
home.
yeah, she
But
also
it's
lived in
a holiday tomorrow, so I'll go ahead and pick him up after.
Say again?
I said there's a holiday tomorrow, so I'll pick him up after the holiday. All right?
That's fine. I'll be over at the inn.
All right. I'll catch you over there.
Yep.
Name when I show up, so I can tell them I've arrived with the horses.
Say again?
Name to give them when I arrive, so they know I've arrived with the horses.
Oh, ledger.
Legend. You mean like a book?
Yeah, it's a bit weird. My father had a very interesting naming sense.
That's alright. My name's Gregorian.
Hmm.
My father had an obsession with calendars.
Anyways, I thank you for your time.
Yep. Have a happy Easter, Snowman.
Mm-hmm.
And as he kind of like ushers you out of the building, he turns and locks the doors and leaves.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And
So,
for a moment, the oddity of the fact that a stable is closing on a holiday.
yeah. Oh well, this town is rather strange. I'm gonna. Vehar's been following around in the air the whole time, right?
I assume.
Yeah, but pretty far.
Would he notice if I start heading towards, say, the outskirts of the village, like outside of town?
By the time you got there, he probably would have noticed. It doesn't take him that long to catch up.
Yeah. I'll make it like. Yeah, so I'll head towards the outskirts of town. Would you? You said you would follow, right? Probably. Would you land?
Yeah, he's been keeping an eye on you.
Mm-hmm. So if he lands, I'll explain the situation to him. Say I'll be at the inn for the next like 2 days or whatever it is until we get our horses. Follow through with this whole chicanery. Yeah. These humans and their laws.
Get a room close to the roof. I have a feeling I'm going to be more than just a simple messenger.
Will do.
And Vihar will take off again and head back to the clearing in the woods.
And I'll head back into
Tell
town.
the others about what's going on.
Wormlock's sleeping.
He lands on one lock.
He does what?
I'm kidding. Just being an asshole.
That was bro.
It's canon.
It's canon now.
Um,
Well, I guess it's fitting since I think the last time Wormlock was passed out in front of Vihar, you punched him in the face.
No, you kicked me.
Not sure what the. Yeah, I'm
Well,
not
that
sure
was
what
when I punched him in the face after Kiro had his last pervy Kiro moment. and
Yeah,
just
you
punched him
kicked
in the
me
face to
in-
wake him up.
Yeah, you kicked me in the freaking stomach last time.
Oh yeah.
so,
And
my jaw hurts.
From laughing?
No, from those two characters. It's such a weird mouth morph.
Are fucking kidding me?
What do you mean 2 days?
What do you mean?
What are those?
Something about. Well, take that up with the town.
What are we gonna do for 2 days?
Take a fucking nap.
I don't exactly agree with the way he worded it, but.
I guess
who? Me or them?
Me.
Yeah, I'll take a fucking nap.
Prime.
I guess. I don't know. I guess we just sit here and wait for 2 fucking days. Great. Grand.
It does give me more time to inspect this ring.
Oh yeah, by the way, Wormlock put the Brimstone ring and the Necromancer ring on.
No, I wouldn't let you put the necromancer ring.
We've already had this conversation. I'm putting it on.
Well, there, that's something that'll take up 2 days.
Yeah, that's basically how it is. Don't you put it on? As he's just
He slides it on.
Don't you put it on? Don't you do it? Don't you do it? Just the on and
It's
off
just
movement
that.
of the ring.
It's all it is.
Don't you
Just
do
that.
it?
Why does nobody listen to me?
What do you mean?
Paranoid.
Oh well. I thought that's at 1,000 gold.
You know what's fine? If you turn evil and turn on us, don't tell me I didn't say so. If you start raising the dead, I'm gonna have to kill you, just like you.
This will be fun.
pain out the ass for all of you. But it's whatever.
Sorry, guys.
While I'm mumbling in my
fucked me up.
ear, of course,
Hmm.
nobody listens to the guy that's literally fucking destined to kill necromancers and undead. Cool, that's fun.
Hmm.
I just put it on because my character would put it on. That's all it is.
And I will say to your face, before I go, storming up, you're an actual idiot.
We'll see what happens.
There's something up with that ring that isn't evil. You're a fucking idiot.
Mhm.
And then he goes over and starts mumbling about that nobody wants to listen to the guy that is an expert and is sworn to destroy necromancy.
So, anyways, I'm gonna be staying in the town for
2 days.
I'm gonna make it look legit because I told them I would be staying at this inn for 5 days. So I had to keep the illusion going. So I paid for the 5 days. The draft.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you go ahead and pay the 100 gold. So go ahead and take another 100 gold out of your.
I already did.
Perfect.
I take it. I get the key and I get the room and all that.
Yep. And you go up and you go up you go up 2 flights of stairs, and you head all the way down into the hallway and on the left, and you walk in and you've got a room at the very corner of the building.
Yeah.
It's
As it
basically
does.
like in an attic. It's so small.
Yeah. He just kind of says to himself, the things I do for these people.
That is large enough for Vehar to fit through, conveniently enough. But the room is not really that large. The bed lays down in the corner where the roof starts to slant.
Mm-hmm.
So, no matter which way you lay, you're not very.
Yeah.
And then there's a nightstand with a cramped water basin underneath. No mirrors. And just like one little night, and then another, and then like a nightstand off in the other corner with a lone candelabra on it.
I take it, is it still light-ish out, or is it starting to get dark?
At this point, it's probably about. It's been dark.
Well, you said it was around 6 in the evening.
When you left the one place, and then you went and talked to the impound, and then the stable guy, and then Vehar, and then back to town and got the room, and then got up to the room.
Oh, that's right. That's what took the time.
Probably
Going
about
up
like
the
10
town.
o'clock or something.
And east of Flavin, everybody knows, is when the days start to get shorter.
Okay. So I guess, is this about the time you wanted to cut it for the night?
Yes, and this is the perfect place to do so.
Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll take the bloody book. I'll take the bloody book out, and I'll take Bojangles out. Just I guess we could fade. If this was like a transitioning scene, it would be me just setting things up and reading, waiting for the next day, type thing.
Okay. So would you behave any differently now? Away from being abducted, would you like lock the door and like put a chair under it or something, or like? Would
Yeah, I'd be
more like precautious now.
Yeah.
I
I'll
am now.
I'll keep my hair the way it is at the moment. Given that they've seen me like this, it would make sense for it to be longer all of a sudden.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I pissed off Zara.
Oh, what were you saying, Zara?
Yeah, I am now completely fixated on you and just watching you, both with stink eye and careful studying.
It's one of those telltale bubbles pop up. Zareth will remember this.
Pretty much.
Oh yeah, for sure. You're definitely not gonna do something bad. And Fozzie's lucky he's got Bojangles with him. Because he's so mad, he'll take it out on Bojangles. He has no fucking problem with that.
Dude, it's Bojangles though. He can't really.
He can't die. He has plot armor.
If he does, I'm going, as a player, shake my head inside.
I'm sorry, guys. I hate to break this to you, but everything has plot armor.
Yeah.
You've already killed it all. Just imagine how strong you really are.
Actually, would Bojangles be able to read that ritual book or no?
I don't know. Does he speak deep speech?
I don't know. You tell me.
You don't know. You tell us.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ask him.
Oh,
I don't know
maybe.
deep speech. I don't think he does. Can you imagine the guy from? Oh, hey, yeah, I speak deep speech. Hold on, let me see it. Vishna Cairo. Yeah, I gotcha.
I'll just ask Connie.
You
I'll
laugh.
just kidding.
Upset.
Alright, are we done for tonight?
Oh yeah, we're done.
Alright, I'm gonna cancel this shit and stop the stream.